Okay, today is December 22nd, 2019. This is the latest release from Agile InfoWays. So all the phones, we got Apple, Android. I'm going to log in as waiter, customer. We got 4 Apple, 4 Android. They all have the latest update of operating system. And I'm opening up from test flight, version 1.35. So the main, and this is on Android version 1.4, the main things we're going to be covering this is geofencing, which means if the waiter or customer leaves a location, set that distance to 1 mile, then it will log them off, give them that pop-up that you've left the location that is currently disabled or not working. The list difference between Apple and Android, the listing of restaurants is different still. I can see it's changed from 3/4 of a mile down to, you'll see, it's like 0.7 or something. But anyway, it's a different listing. And the customer revive table function, that if the customer's cell phone powers off or they swipe the app closed, it will release the tables. So item number one, I'm going in the version, in the sequence that the app boots up. Item number one, footer at the instruction screen. So I'm going to go waiter, 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 waiter. So we have a header that says server please. I want a footer that has the continue button and the you agree to all terms and the link to the end user license agreement. So I want that in a footer so that when they open the app, in order to continue, they don't have to scroll down. So the other item number two is the instruction screen. On the instruction screen, this smartwatch that's in blue, that should be a link to the smartwatch on Amazon that they can buy that works with this app. The other thing in item number 5, why do we have it set to 3 minutes? Why not 15 seconds? That's not supposed to be in the screen. That was a note to you, the programmer, so please remove that in item number 5. Not remove item number 5, just the blue text that's in brackets. And also, item number 3 is, why are we waiting 3 minutes for the network to check to see if the device is still communicating with the network? That's the table kill and the customer table kill or revive function. So why are we set to 3 minutes? Why not just instantly, like on Apple, when the waiter closes the app, it instantly releases those tables on the other devices. Item number 4, restaurant list, is different versus Apple and Android. So I'm going to log in to show you what I'm talking about. So this starts off with Pat's Place. This starts off with Wendy's. Pat's Place is 0.1 mile. Wendy's is 0.07. The next one in Android is Pat's Place at 0.10 mile. I think something about the decimal point. Anyway, so on Apple, it's Pat's Place at 0.1 mile. Android, it's Wendy's at 0.08. Sumo Japanese Restaurant, 0.17. Sumo Japanese Restaurant is listed at 0.15 down here. Charlie's and Jake's Barbecue is not listed here at all. Oh, no. Oh, there it is at 0.20. Charlie and Jake's is listed as 0.20 on Android, where on Apple it's listed as 0.2 mile away. So something is set up differently. But what I'm concerned about is if something is not listed between the two. Which I'd still need to take more time to check and see if there's something not listed. Phillies, looks like they're all listed, but we just need to make sure there's not a restaurant that would be listed in one and not in the other. Okay, so there's a little bit of the difference in listing between Apple and Android. Now, did I accidentally pick that? Yeah, okay. Okay. So in here we're going to do customer, 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 customer. And again, on the customer, want the footer at the bottom in case we change instructions. Also, the layout of this. I want it to be sized. Like this is appropriately sized for the small screen, but not bigger. Space at the bottom. Probably put the footer in at the bottom and evenly size these. I'd like server, please, a little bit bigger font. Doesn't need to be that small. Continue, 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 continue. Okay. Now also on the iPhone, if you refresh, no problem. Well, actually the animation is not showing. So we had previously had that working. The animation is not working. The other thing on iPhone is if you swipe down to refresh, just a few minutes ago that resulted in a crash, which is not now. Okay. Okay. So the big thing is the listing difference. This starts off Pat's Place 0.1, starts off Wendy's 0.06, Sumo Restaurant at 0.17. Didn't want that. Change location. Mulligan's at 0.11, Charlie and Jake's at 0.2. There's Mulligan's on here at 0.011. I don't know why it's different, but like that the same. That's the big thing I'd like fixed. Manager mode has a couple problems. That's item number 6 on our list of things to do. Manager mode, the notification list. So let's see, we're going to do waiter. Let's do Pat's Place. So everybody's going to be at Pat's Place. So on this device, this waiter is going to select tables 1 through 5. This one's going to be manager. Pat's Place, table 6, 7, 8, 9. And by the way, the touch area on the Android, understand we had that change to a bigger area like on the Apple. It's not. It's only on the Apple. So if you could do that again, please. Pat's Place. So here we're going to select as manager to get notified from all the tables. Now we got two managers. Wonder how that's going to work. Anyway, Pat's Place. Let's do table 1, continue. Table 10, continue. Pat's Place. Table, actually let's change this one to, yeah. That was good, I like that. So table 1 over here, table 10, which is by manager, and then this is going to be table 11, which is Android waiter. Why won't it let? There we go. Oh, great. Pat's Place 11. Okay. Manager mode. Pat's Place. We'll do table 17. Okay, let's try calling. Apple to Apple. And manager mode, Great, good. Now the problem is on manager mode, it doesn't make the listing. There's no listing notification as there is on the waiter. Now it didn't do it on this, of course, because this guy didn't request. Now if this guy does, now that's another thing to see here. Sending a request to the manager kills the Android app. Matter of fact, sending a request from the Android to even the waiter closes the app, kills it every time. So that's an issue. That's a bug. If you guys could fix that, please. So, and the keyboard stays up. Open the app again. So this guy is waiter at 11 through 12. This guy is manager mode. dining customer, continue. So let's see, of our list of things to do, that was iPhone swipe, covered that. Manager mode, list, customer. So also on manager mode, it seems that sometimes it disables the, it's table 11. Oops, the table is selected by another customer. So this is where the table kill function is supposed to come in, where if the app closes without the customer logging off, that table is permanently blocked from any other customer, including the same customer, from selecting it. So that's the customer table revive function we need fixed. So I'm going to select table 12, sending it to the waiter. It sends a notification, it gets it, but the app crashes. Okay. Sending it to table 10. Selecting, that is. Why didn't it close the keyboard? So I've noticed in manager mode, like if you want to change table, so it's letting it now. Sometimes it doesn't. Change location. For some reason or another came up with Golden Dragon at 0.07 miles this time. And on this one it's 0.06. That's just a drift of the GPS, I'm sure, which is fine. But the main thing is that a restaurant listed that is in the vicinity can be selected. So select table 15. And select table 25. The keyboard stays up. I'd like it to go down automatically, rather than having to press done, which done doesn't do anything. So the keyboard stays up. That's not cool on Android. On this one I can make it go down, but on this one I can't. So keyboard stuck is another thing. So send a request, app crashes. Okay. All right. So another thing is for dining customer. If they pick a restaurant where there are no waiters, this no waiters at the title of this no waiters screen is not really good. This screen looks like some space in between this QR code. Like, I want to say, I know the title of this screen is no waiters, but can you put on there, not in the title bar, but down here, where it's like, if no waiters, show this to the waiter. Scan to download, a space between this, so that it's like they can see scan to download. It's like it stands out rather than hubbed up right against the free/instant setup simple. This is information for the waiter. Like, this should sell them and why to do it. Okay. Move this down, like away from the QR code, and make it a little bit more spaced. Yeah, please. There was a network difference with Android versus with Androids, but that appears to be fixed. And the big issue is geofencing. So if I'm driving away from the restaurant, I want geofencing set to 1 mile, so that when the customer drives away without logging off, it will pop up and say your tables have been released, and the next customer can select that table. We also need to have the table revive function, whereas if the customer's phone battery dies or he swipes the app closed, that table will not be locked from any other customer being able to use it. So that's item number 10 is customer table kill or revive and waiter table kill. I believe the waiter table kill function is working, but again, why do we have to wait 3 minutes for it to notify? So like if I unselect all here and now if I select these tables, which show up over there, and if this guy is closed, it will release those tables instantly. But on Android, it takes 3 minutes. So these tables are still locked up. Another thing I want you to show me is I want you to show me how I can adjust the network settings on Firebase so that I can change the distance in the listing of restaurants and also the distance that the customer and waiter would have to leave before it logs them off, so I can adjust it on my own. And that's it for this build. But the main big items are the geofencing, the listing difference in the Google Location API, and the customer revive table function. Three big things: geofencing enabled, listing difference fixed, and customer revive customer table revive function. I believe the waiter table revive function is already working. Thank you so much. Good luck.